Welcome back YouTube to another video. Today we are going to talk about Erling Haaland and Kylian Mbappe. Who is the better player? Haaland and Mbappe are most definitely the two golden boys of this generation, and the numbers that they are both producing at their age is quite scary. But who is the better youngster? Mbappe, since the beginning of his career at Monaco, was ahead of everyone else in the pecking order for the best youngster in the world. He was miles ahead. There was no comparing him to anyone else. However, the exponential growth of youngster Erling Haaland has made football experts question Mbappe's status as the world's best youngster. Moving on to the stats for the season previous. In the 1920 season, Erling Haaland scored 44 goals and provided 10 assists in all club competitions. That means he was providing a goal every 63 minutes on average. Mbappe now played 37 games and scored 30 goals in all club competitions and provided 18 assists, helping PSG reach their first ever UCL final. Even still now, till this season, both of them are still playing at the highest standard, with Haaland being second in the goal scoring charts in the Bundesliga behind the legendary Lewandowski. He's got 14 goals in 15 games in the Bundesliga and 22 goals in 22 games in all club competitions, averaging a goal every 85 minutes, with also a respectable 6 assists. Even though that's not part of his game, 6 assists I would say is still respectable for Erling Haaland. Mbappe is also doing well stats wise. He's got 17 goals in 25 games and also has provided 9 assists for his team. It was a slow start to the season for himself and for PSG, but I feel like he's picked up himself now. I think they will beat Barcelona in the UCL coming in the next week. These numbers are just absolutely fucking insane. Like, these two are on a different planet from the rest of all the youngsters. Like, there's no comparing them. There's respectable names you could mention: Sancho, Awar or Leon. All these youngsters in the Premier League, they are talented as fuck, but them two, they're just a different kind of sauce. I mean, you can agree to disagree, but if I want to pick one of the players I would like to build a team around, it's going to be Erling Haaland. In this current climate of strikers, it is hard to find a player of Erling Haaland's quality, especially with the age of 20 years old. 20 years old! He's already arguably the best finisher in the game right now today. I mean, there are the Roberts and the Kanes and whatever, but Haaland is definitely up there as one of the best finishers in the game today. And he's 20 years old. I think he's on course to be one of the best finishers ever in the history of the beautiful game. It could be argued that half of his goals last season was scored in a very weak Austrian league, but there are many quality players that Salzburg have produced. One name being Sadio Mane, that I would like to pick up, because we know what the kind of player Sadio Mane is. There's no need to explain the things Sadio Mane has done in his career and for Liverpool. The moment Haaland made his debut for Dortmund, the kid hasn't stopped scoring. It's like there's no signs of him slowing down. Every time you see Haaland in front of the goal, you just think goal, because that kid, he doesn't miss. He scores all the time. Why? I don't think I've seen anyone as ruthless in front of goal as Erling Haaland right now. Obviously, you got the Ronaldos and the Messis and whatever, but those two players are the best players in history, so I'm not even going to compare them. When I'm talking about players, they're on a whole nother planet. That's what they're on. Personally, I think Mbappe, he really does need to leave PSG, so he needs to step up his game and leave PSG if he really wants to claim his spot as the best golden boy, because Haaland is coming. Erling Haaland is right next to him as the best golden boys in Europe. For Mbappe, I am not disputing his quality. Mbappe is still a gem of a player. He is amazing. Mbappe is the 5th fastest player in PSG to reach 100 goals, to reach the Centurion. For his age, he is 22. That is quite some achievement, but we do know as well, Liga 1 is a terrible league, and the winner is guaranteed before the first kick of the season. Haaland is doing it in a league which is ranked the 3rd best in Europe's competition. So you got La Liga and the Prem in front of the Bundesliga. The Bundesliga is still a quality league. I'm sure United fans will know that the Bundesliga is still a quality league after getting knocked out of the Champions League by Leipzig. Even as an Arsenal fan, we've been absolutely shredded to pieces by Bayern Munich. How many times? I don't even want to count. Arsenal was shit anyways, but Chelsea as well, they held the dick in from Bayern last season. So Haaland's doing it in a league where there are some pretty impressive teams. Bayern's arguably the best team in the whole wide world right now. Haaland is also the quickest player to reach 15 goals in the Champions League. So he's doing it on the big stage as well. He's on course to be a top 3 goal scorer in the history of the European competition. I still don't think he's going to touch the heights of Ronaldo and Messi goal scoring wise, but he's definitely going to be maybe a top 3. Don't get me wrong though, Mbappe is he's still the man in it, still a fucking G in it. Him and Pelé are the only 2 teenagers to score in the World Cup final. And what Mbappe did during that World Cup was absolutely special. That World Cup in Russia was where Mbappe post-stamped himself onto the football scene and said, hey guys, I'm Kylian Mbappe and I'm here to stay. Because what he did, he put France on his fucking back. That French team, we know the French team's full of African players, but that French team has so much quality. But I feel like if Mbappe wasn't on that team, I don't think they would have won the World Cup, and that says a lot about the class Mbappe has. So I'm not here to take a dig at Mbappe. I just need him to step up his game in club competitions and maybe try and go somewhere else, because PSG ain't it right now. If he wants to make a name for himself on the football scene, he has to leave PSG. That's the mistake Neymar made going to PSG. He's recently signed a new contract, so he's basically wasting the rest of his years at Paris Saint-Germain to win every Ligue 1 title, every Copa France, whatever you want to fucking call it, title, maybe win the Champions League, because teams in Europe are quite weak, but that's still not for certain, because PSG, we know their mentality in the Champions League. They always manage to fold some way, somehow, and Neymar's history of injuries hasn't been great. So Mbappe shouldn't listen to Neymar and stay. He should actually go. I would pick Haaland because he's just more potent in front of goal. It's very hard to find a finisher as good as Erling Haaland these days. So for me, I think Haaland is just a player I would build a team around, because I feel like with Mbappe is a special talent. There's no denying that. But not saying that there is a player of Mbappe's quality, but it's easier to find a player of Mbappe's quality than to find someone of Erling Haaland's finishing, because finishing is natural, it's instinct, and Haaland just has that. So I just feel like Haaland, for me, he's just edging it at the moment. The world is their oyster for both these 2 players. We know all the big clubs that have been interested in both of them. Chelsea, City, United in the past wanted Haaland, even with Mbappe, Liverpool we heard, Real Madrid, I think he has to go to Real Madrid. I think Mbappe is so young that he can definitely go to Real Madrid and still somehow feature in the Prem in the foreseeable future, because Real Madrid have been missing a player like Ronaldo for so long, and Mbappe is going to be that new Ronaldo. Haaland, he's going to be Erling Haaland, because Erling Haaland is just Erling Haaland. He's a crazy finisher. But yeah, I feel like Mbappe should go to Real Madrid and just do his thing there, show the world what he's on. And yeah, he will most definitely probably reclaim the spot from Haaland, because I feel like Mbappe's potential's off the scale. He still hasn't even reached his full potential. Even Haaland himself hasn't reached his full potential, and it's scary to see what these players are going to become. And I am going to be there every step of the fucking way. But for now, I'll give it to Haaland. Please make sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications for whenever we post a video, so you can tune in. I'd like to also apologize for the fact that we haven't been posting any podcasts, but we'll be sure to come up with some more real soon. You wait on it. But yeah, make sure if you haven't subscribed, you do by the end of this video. Thank you.